Okay, so I've talked you through some of the big assignments, really all the way going up through modules 7 and 8, which takes us almost halfway through the course. But I do want to just give you a direction of where we're going with that afterwards, even though that's a long time away. So I'm not doing this to stress you out, but I just want to make sure that you're kind of seeing the roadmap and getting an overall picture of where we're going. So once we have really looked at those different perspectives on how to shape student behavior in the classroom, and all four of the books present some different perspectives, although you are going to also find some common themes across all four of the books as we hear the presentations. And you want to listen very carefully to the presentations because you are going to apply those practices. So again, another reason why you want those presentations to be high quality and really friendly, and make sure that people understand those important points from your books, is so that they can use this, because we're all going to be using each other's practices. And so you are going to look at a real student's behavior, and you're going to be collecting some data. Now, I know some of you are not in the classroom. Don't worry, I have you covered. I'm just going to talk generally right now. I will give you more specifics as the time gets closer, but you are covered. Don't worry. Okay, so first thing is you're going to be collecting data at 2 different times. And so you're going to first start by choosing a student to focus on. You do not want to choose a student who already has a behavior intervention plan. You don't need to do this kind of thing for a student who has a behavior intervention plan, because it's already been done. I want you to choose a student who is, it's the beginning of the school year. You see, perhaps they might need a student behavior intervention plan. They might need some sort of diagnosis or something like that, but they don't currently have one. It always starts at this level. At this level, process. Like, the kids go through the same process regardless of the situation. So look for those kids. They make themselves known pretty quickly, and students who they might not be that severe. But it's any student who there is some behavior concern about. You cannot observe your own students when you are teaching. It can be your own student, but you need to do these observations when you are not teaching. You cannot do a good observation when you're teaching, and you most certainly cannot do an impartial observation when you're teaching. So you need to, if you are picking one of your own students, you need to observe them in somebody else's classroom, maybe when they go to specials, or even lunch would work. But you're going to do at least 2 observations of about 15 to 20 minutes. And then you are going to summarize your findings, and you're going to pinpoint a behavior to focus on. And then you're going to examine that behavior through the lens of at least 2 of the different approaches that we learn about. So you're probably going to want to pick your own approach, because you know that one best. You know the book you read the best. And then choose one of the others, and how would we address this behavior? How would we shape the student's behavior into something more positive, using the approach described in at least 2 of the different books? And then you're going to talk about what your thoughts are, what your beliefs are, and what you think is the best course of action. So that will be your case study. I will get into it more. I'm not going to take a lot of questions about it now, but what I am going to do is go into that first part, which is the data collection. Everybody will be collecting the first set of data, because you don't necessarily need a student to do it. I'm going to talk more about it in the next video.